Hi everybody, welcome to the video on how to share an assignment link in Google and Google Classroom for the printed handouts for our students. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start you off in Google Classroom because that's where a majority of you are using for connecting with your students. And I think it's really important to note that other teachers can't access your Google Classrooms, and the individuals printing your printed handouts for your students also can't access your Google Classroom. So if the URL that you're sharing at any time has the word classroom in it, they won't be able to access and print your files. So it's really important that you know where the files are actually located that you're sharing to the printing staff. And you're going to want to share stuff from your Google Drive and not your Google Classroom. Now, some of you may have created something directly in your Google Classroom, and that means that you actually created a file in your Google Drive and it's being shared out via Google Classroom. So any assignment I have in any of my classes is actually going to a folder on my Google Drive. And you can see here on the tile view of all my classes that every single class in the bottom right-hand corner has a folder associated with it. And you can see when I hover over this, it's gonna open a folder on my Google Drive. Any assignment, form, anything you create in Google Drive is gonna go in Google Classroom is gonna go directly to this folder for this class. Even if you are pushing out an assignment from your Google Drive to your Google Classroom, it's most likely creating a copy of it and putting it in this folder. And so when you click this folder icon, it will open up a new tab up at the top of your screen, taking you to that folder in your Google Drive. And you can see here that I actually have a classroom folder in my drive, and then I have this folder for this class. So going from the Google Drive view, if I started out in Google Drive looking at my drive altogether, you can see that I have a classroom tab, and anyone who's ever created any Google Classroom also has a classroom folder. And this classroom folder is every class you've ever created in Google Classroom, and then anything within them, including the student work. And you can change the way that this looks if you want to. Up in the top right corner, you can click this little icon next to the eye that will adjust the way that your folders are listed. And these folders names are set when you create your class by the class name you create. So in here you can see I can go into the class I was currently looking at, which was the 1920 Digital Design 1 Period 5. I do believe that was the one I was looking at. Yep. And you can see here, I'm looking at the same files that I'm looking at here. It's just in a different view over here on the right. So it's important that if you want to be sharing out an assignment, you're sharing it from your Google Drive. So for instance, let's say I want to go ahead and be sharing out my photo retouching tutorials assignment. So I've got a lot of photos in here for my students. And you can see there's lots of different copies of it because I've obviously shared it to a lot of students. And in here, if I wanted to share any of these files, it doesn't really matter what it is. It could be an image, I can go back out, and it could be a PDF. It could be a document if I wanted to make it a document. So you can see here, I've got a document parts, and it's created one for every student. All of those things could be things that you share out. And then you have a templates do not edit folder. This templates do not edit is the files that you actually shared out. So you can see this is the template that I've shared out to my students that is about evaluating a web or graphic design. If this was what I wanted my staff to be printing for handouts to be handed out on the buses, I would want to right-click that file and choose the share option. It's really important that you get into the advanced settings of the share. You can also click Get Shareable Link, but you're still going to need to go into the advanced settings. So when you click the share icon either here or when it's selected in blue up here, you will be brought into a window that looks like this. At this point, you're going to click Get Shareable Link, which will turn the link on, but you're not done yet. You want to click the shareable link button, and you can see here that anyone at Cheney School District can view the link. If they want to view the link, they have to be logged into their Cheney School District account. And this should work for a majority of our printing purposes, but if you want to make sure it works every time for any person who ever opens it and to view it and print it, You can click this drop-down menu right here, choose More, and get out of the availability options of Cheney School District and just make it available for anyone with a link. And what's important to note is that they don't have to sign into their Google account to do this. What also is important to know is to check this access down at the bottom. You want them just to be able to view it, not edit it. So make sure it says can view and then click save. Once you've clicked save, this link is now ready to roll. You can hit copy link right here, and then that's what you would paste into our files for our printing staff. So make sure that you're saving correctly and you're sharing correctly out of your Google Drive and not your Google Classroom.